Good morning and welcome back to our next episode of Shut It Down, a podcast about you being able to keep your stuff. We would like to thank our sponsor, Brandus, a design and social media marketing company based in Katy, Texas. They are here for anything you could need or want as far as creating an online presence. Go over and check them out at brandus.org. So today, instead of doing something that is about Facebook, we're going to talk about Google Chrome. And so you may or may not know this, but Google Chrome got hacked over the weekend, and it was a really huge deal, and nobody talked about it on the news. Nobody talked about it over social media. It just happened. And anytime you've got industries like Forbes and the Homeland Security Department getting involved with stuff, it's a big deal. So over the weekend, hackers basically got a hold of a code and put Google Chrome into something called zero-day vulnerability. And basically that means that they hacked into stuff that was vital and important, and no one had figured it out. Nobody knew. And so it wasn't until later that, right here it says, Google confirmed that it was aware of reports that a zero-day Chrome browser existed in the world. And so when it's big enough, again, that Homeland Security gets involved, it's a big deal. Here's the deal, the problem, the reason that we're talking about this. This isn't the first time this has happened in the last couple of months. This has happened numerous times, and no one is talking about it. And so that really bothers me. It bothers me that these people are hacking into stuff at the core level of what Google Chrome is and how it works. And there's not a way to be more secure. I've used Google Chrome for years, and I'm really probably done with it at this point. I liked Google Chrome. I liked all the things it offered me, but it's not secure. Chrome is also known to be heavy in running on your computer, so it kind of bogs it down. It takes up more memory and more of your system's resources. It also drains battery if you're on things like your phone or a laptop. And lastly, Chrome has been known to track your movements online and to be able to build ads based on what it is that you have been looking at and doing. We talked a little bit ago that Facebook was doing that. Well, Chrome has been charged with doing that as well. And so you'll notice here it says Chrome has been subject to more than a few days across the last month. And so I'm not going to go into super deep dive into what this CVE is, but in short, it basically means that there was a vulnerability, there was something that was unsecure, hackers hacked into it, they were able to get a little bit of info. They haven't released to what degree that was, and there was a period of time where no one knew and no one was taking care of it. So it wasn't as if, oh, we've got a security breach and we're working on it and somebody hacked in. It was somebody hacked in and nobody even realized there was a problem. And the problem is this has happened multiple times in the last couple of months. So I would like to suggest to you that you go to a different browser. However, just to give you stats, Google Chrome is what 62% of the world uses. So you can imagine Google Chrome is a large browser. It is the largest by far. The second largest is Safari at 24%. And the third largest is the one I'm going to recommend to you today, which is Mozilla Firefox. And so Firefox has been around for a really long time. It has been something that was good, and it kind of went downhill, and then it sort of rebranded itself a couple years ago. And to be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it because I was happy using Google Chrome. So let me show you some of the things that you should know about Firefox here. We'll just go here. So it looks a lot like Google Chrome. It works a lot like it. It looks a lot like Safari too, for that reason. No shady privacy policies or backdoors for advertisers, just a lightning fast browser that doesn't sell you out. It offers a picture-in-picture pop-up window if you're watching TV while you're working. It's got a dark mode and light mode, which is kind of big on the phones right now. And it keeps your internet server provider from selling your data. Firefox browser isn't watching. Get all the speed and tools with none of the invasions of privacy. Firefox browser collects so little data about you, we don't even require your email address to download. That's because unlike other browsers, we have no financial stake in following you around the web. So Firefox was built on a open source platform originally, and they have stayed fairly true to that the whole time. Block third-party tracking cookies, autoplay blocking, block social trackers, available for your phone and Mac, in-browser screenshot tool, and you can use a password to attach to different computers if you want. So, for example, I have set this up on my computer and my phone, and I really liked it. You were able to go into the settings real easily and tell it, like, don't track anything. I want to, I want to be left alone. And they have done, as far as I can tell, really good. It loads really fast. I've had no issues so far, and I've been using it since the middle of this weekend. One of the things that I want to tell you is that Firefox has a cousin browser as well called Brave. And I call it a cousin. One of the original developers of Firefox left and created this one called Brave. And Brave is supposed to be superior on being shielding you from things. We found that it loaded really slowly, and that there was a lot of times it wouldn't load the page at all. And so maybe it's superior, but we just couldn't get it to work regularly enough to recommend it to you. I will say that I have felt really secure on Firefox. It works well on my phone. It works well on my laptop. And so to me, that meets the criteria of what we're going for. So I realize I've given you a really short snapshot of what's happened, and I encourage you to read more about it. But anytime there's vulnerability out there, it's important to know what's going on, and we're going to try to keep you up to date on that stuff. We waited a couple days instead of just coming out on Monday and doing this because I wanted to be able to know for sure what was going on and to have a clearer picture. We actually learned about it over the weekend from an internet kind of blog site called Gizmodo, and Gizmodo is great, but I wanted to be able to have more reputable, something like Ford, something like the government, to be able to say, okay, folks, here's what's going on. So that's why we're coming to you on Tuesday morning. But give it a look. We highly recommend Firefox. We really like it. They are super open about what they do and don't do. You'll notice that when we did this, there's even a privacy promise. And so they don't want to know who you are, blah, blah, blah. And so we really like them. I want to encourage you to check them out. They're owned by Mozilla. And so mozilla.org, and you can check them all out. Do your homework before you download them. But I think they're a great alternative. They are number 3 on our list of most used browsers. So it's Chrome, 62-ish%. Safari's in 24-ish%. And then the third one's Mozilla, and it's under 4%. But I think there will be a big spike in their usage after all this has happened with Chrome again. So all the other browsers in the world, Internet Explorer, Brave, all these other ones, they all fall under a 4% threshold for the use of people around the world. In fact, I think everyone but Firefox is under 2%. And so there's stats you can look at online, and we tried to bring those to you so you didn't have to. But Firefox is considered the 3rd largest browser, and we want to encourage you to check them out and be aware of their privacy and who's asking you for what before you sign up. We were able to, just like on Chrome, import our bookmarks and stuff, so we didn't have any issues there. And then I have an account that I'm able to link to all my different devices, just like I could on Chrome, so that way I can carry over my bookmarks and my history if I want to each device. And so check them out. We think they're doing a great job. And thanks for watching, and we'll be back with you in the next couple of days.